here at the expo. This is our 6th day here.
And after visiting over 100 pavilions, we've learned exactly what not to do. In this video, I'll walk you through the top 5 mistakes to avoid and what to do instead. I'll show you how to skip the long lines, which pavilions are actually worth your time. And here's a quick tip. The fastest security lanes to get in are all the way at the end. Now, I'll also share where to eat without breaking the bank, the essential items to bring that'll make your day way easier, and the one app that works way better than the official one. Number 1 mistake, wasting time lining up for hours for underwhelming pavilions. This was the mistake I regret the most, and I made it on the first 2 days. I didn't want to spoil what was inside each pavilion, so I just blindly lined up for ones that looked interesting or had long line, which I assumed that it meant it was going to be cool inside, which was a huge mistake. For some pavilions, I waited nearly an hour in line, but we were in and out in under 10 minutes. It was just a few displays on the walls. Honestly, it wasn't worth the wait. And that was the case for quite a few pavilions we visited. Some pavilions, like Italy, regularly had 2+ hour wait times. And I'll be honest, after visiting over 100 pavilions, no pavilion is worth waiting that long for in the blazing sun with no shade and no seat. So here's what I learned. Check Google Maps for the pavilions to see the photos and videos before queuing. You can usually get a sneak peek of what's inside. I've also filmed walkthroughs of all the pavilions we visited, and I'm uploading them one by one. And comment if there's one you want to see first. And here's a quick list of pavilions that were actually worth the wait, no spoilers, but walkthroughs are on the channel. A huge pro tip is lines are shortest from 9 to 11 a.m. and again after 6 p.m. Try to hit the most popular pavilions during these windows to skip the worst of the crowds. Mistake number 2 is not using the expo's lottery and reservation system. If you don't use the reservation system, you'll waste hours standing in line. I found out the hard way. One of our expo days, I had to change our dates. We lost all of our reservations. By the afternoon, nearly every major pavilion had at least a 1-hour wait. We barely saw anything until after 5 p.m., when lines finally eased up. But on our other 5 expo days, we had lotteries and reservations between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. It made the day so smooth. We barely waited, saw tons of pavilions, and filled the gaps with commons pavilions that had no lines at all. Here's the smart plan. Use mornings to hit the big pavilions while lines are short. Book your reservations for after 1 p.m. This also increases your chances of winning, as all my lotteries won were in the afternoon. In between, explore the commons pavilions. After 5 to 6 p.m., lines drop again. Yes, the lottery system is a nightmare, but I've got a free planning sheet and a full guide video linked below to help you secure up to 3 reservations before you even arrive. Mistake number 3 is lining up for overpriced pavilion meals. Many pavilions have their own cafes or restaurants, but they come with long waits and steep prices. For example, there was a 40-minute line just for a coffee at the Saudi Arabia pavilion. So we skipped the pavilion food altogether and mostly ate at the convenience stores inside the expo, like 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Mart. And honestly, it was the best decision. Main dishes cost about 400 to 600 yen. The lines moved quickly, and the food was surprisingly delicious. So unlike North America, the 7-Eleven in Japan is a must-try. And then we would sit outside, and we never had any trouble finding seats, especially when it's not right in front of East Gate. And you're allowed to bring in outside food and drinks. So I'd recommend bringing in some snacks, and you can eat it while waiting in line for the next pavilion. We tried the food court once. It was okay. But the convenience stores became our go-to. If you want a proper sit-down meal, try heading to Kurasushi or Sushiro. You grab a ticket that will tell you when to come back, which is great as then you're not waiting in line, and grab the ticket right after you enter the expo, otherwise they get full very quickly. We didn't eat at the expo as we had it outside and recommend it if you haven't tried it before. Mistake number 4 is not packing these essentials items. First,
It is 25 degrees outside. It's not even super sunny. It's kind of cloudy, overcast, but it is hot. You see behind me lots of people having sun umbrellas. Like even though I have a hat and sunglasses, I can still feel the heat. I would recommend bringing a little umbrella because there is no shade. No shade here.
Next, print out your own expo map before you go. If you don't, you'll have to line up to buy one, and it costs 200 yen. They're not free. Always print out your ticket QR code or screenshot it to your phone. The Wi-Fi and the official app are slow and glitchy. Sometimes it takes forever to load your reservations, or it logs you out completely, and don't rely on public Wi-Fi. It's terrible. I bought my own roaming data, but you could also use a pocket Wi-Fi. Bring a portable battery charger, because your phone will drain way faster than you expect. Between photos, navigation, and refreshing the reservation system, you'll use a lot of power. Pack a refillable water bottle. There are free stations throughout the expo, with even a water bottle cleaning station too. If you want to be extra comfortable, bring a small folding stool so you can sit while you wait in line. We saw a lot of people doing this, and honestly, we wished we had one ourselves. Also bring headphones. Some pavilions have audio guides, and it makes the experience much more interesting. Don't forget a small hand towel. The bathrooms don't have hand dryers or paper towels. We actually got a free towel at the Tech World Pavilion, and it was one of the most useful things, and used it throughout our trip. And finally, always check the list of prohibited items. We had a small pair of baby scissors in our bag to cut up food, and security confiscated them when we entered. Mistake number 5 is relying on the official Expo app and website. It's terrible. Instead, download the Personal Agent app. This was a total game changer for us. The Personal Agent shows all your reservations in one place, without having to dig through the website every time. It also helps you navigate the expo, just like Google Maps. You can search for any pavilion and see exactly where it is, and it will guide you to it. This made planning our day so much easier, especially when we had to navigate to our next reservation. The app also gives you detailed information about each pavilion, as you can see here. For example, with the Gundam Pavilion, it actually shows you exactly what times they open up slots for same-day reservations, which is really helpful to try to get into this popular pavilion. And here are a few quick tips. When you go through security, head to the far end. It's a bit of a walk, but those lines move much faster. Over 6 days, I found they took about half the time compared to the main entrances. Most pavilions have priority lines if you have a stroller, are pregnant, or have accessibility needs. With a baby, I could often skip the main line. I'll include a column in my free planning sheet showing which pavilions offer this. When you exit at East Gate, be aware they make you walk all the way around. To avoid the crowds, leave before 8:30 p.m. or during the drone show. You'll still see part of it as you walk out, and honestly, the show isn't that special. It gets very busy once it ends. Finally, the expo technically closes at 10 p.m., but most pavilions shut down by 8:30, so plan your visit accordingly. These were the top mistakes to avoid at Expo Osaka 2025. I hope this helps you have a smoother and more enjoyable trip. You'll find links to all the other videos and resources in the description below. Thanks for watching!